there you go. There's the Taylor & Company 1911 10mm. I got this for $400 on Palmetto State Armory's clearance deal. And my wife doesn't have a 10mm, so I got her one. And we can compare that to the 40 caliber Rock Island Armory. Everything's the same. The writing on the bottom, the side, both of them in fact say M1911A1 FS-TAC.2. Both of them say that on the frame. Same shit, bottom, Philippines, they're the same shit. So if you have any concerns about getting one of these or want to know do these work or not, they work just like a Rock Island Armory. I mean, the only issues I had with these was when I would fire with full power loads, as I would fire, sometimes, bang, it would lock back. I'd have to keep going sometimes. A heavier power spring will prevent that. I'm pretty confident they add a spring to these that will run traditional plinking garbage 10mm ammo. That is, nothing special. It doesn't have a full power charge. So, if you want to run the gangster loads, you're going to have to get ready to possibly have to swap out that spring. At $400, you can't be mad at that. These usually go for a little under $600, it seems. So don't be scared to buy one. Try it out if you want a 1911 10mm single stack. Double stack, you'd have to opt with Rock Island for sure. They do make the double stack. I don't know who else sells one for armscor besides Rock Island, but I've had the single stack, double stack. Now this is another single stack. And the issues I said with the lock and back are the only ones I can say that I've had an issue with. And that was it. I've never had a Rock Island 40. I've had this 40, 10mm, a couple other ones, a couple 10mm. And I've just, guys, I had a Rock Island, it was pile of shit. I'm like, dude, for me, it's like Palmetto State Armory. I've had the PSAK 74 was the one that I've had, not want to function because of how it was built. And that's just a initial release issue. Rock Island Armory, I've got a couple guys I've seen through the years, yeah, mine was fucked up. I'm like, that sucks, man. Can't imagine what it takes to get one of these fixed, but, overall, for people like me and others, we don't have problems out of these. It's very tight here. There's nothing. This is a very tight gun. I'm hoping it's not too tight. If it is, I can put some lapping compound and sit around and mess with this shit all day, but I can't remember how tight the other ones were. This guy, however, if I can get it back together for you in some sort of timely manner, I can show you that it actually has some slop in it. And from what I understand, back in the day, the old school guys used to swear up and down that you did not want to have to, what was the term? Here it goes. You used to want to have to not buy one of these that was too tight. There was something about the slide fitment. They said those guys, old school cats back in the day when I was a wee lad back in the 90s, when I was still actually a kid, not an old bastard. That's the Rock Island. This is the Taylor & Company. I can feel a touch of wiggle, but you can hardly hear it. I don't know if that might be picking it up. There's no way you're not picking that up. This guy's loose. Never been a problem with this, but they used to say that, you would get if they had a bunch of 1911s for selling you one on one, you grab it and do this shit, and you get the loosest one. And that kind of reminds me of some AK shit. AKs have loose, sloppy tolerances, and that's part of what makes them just reliable as shit, So then there's the AR aspect where their reliability comes from being sealed, so where if shit does get in, it screws it up. AK gets dirt in it, it usually shits and kicks it out, so there's your comparisons between, one and the other, why you may or may not want one that's tight. I like them to be fairly decent. They don't always end up fairly decent. You got Kimber and other manufacturers, they will be usually pretty decent. So I don't know how true any of that is, what you prefer, but 1911s are usually hand fit. So outside of that, get you one if you want, take a look. If it makes you happy, then take it and run.